Good morning. I'm up a little earlier than usual this morning. I got a guy coming to trim a tree for me, and it's going to be kind of noisy outside. But before I get started, I want to show you this from a dear sweet sister of mine who lives in Illinois. And she sent me this. It means an awful lot to me. I don't know can you see it? Oh, there it is. Okay. She sent me that, and it says, Sisters in Christ, Sisters for Life. And Penny, I thank you so much for that. I wear that when I went out yesterday for lunch. I wore it again, but I wear it when I go out. And I thought I'd wear it today. Anyway, last time we left off, my last post was only 2 minutes to just sum everything up. But when we left Moses, he was running for his life away from Egypt because he had killed an Egyptian that was beaten up on a guy, buried him in the sand. And when he found out that people knew about it, then he started to be on the run. And he ran and ran for days and days, and he got so tired that he found us really kind of a neat little area. I guess you could call it an oasis. In fact, when we lived in California, we weren't too far from Palm Springs, and we had to go through an area called the Badlands to get there. It was about an hour away. And every so often, if you could look down in the canyon of the Badlands, you would see a group of palm trees, bunches of palm trees, and there'd be grass around them. And then when you finally get into Palm Springs, there was a big area over just to the north of Palm Springs. Big area, just all palm trees and water and grass, and the rest was all desert. Well, when Moses was on the run, he finally came to an area like that, and he was so dog tired, he just dropped. I mean, he'd been on the run for a few days. He just dropped, and he fell asleep right where he was, probably under a palm tree in the nice grass and stuff, and dead sound asleep. And all of a sudden, he kind of just opened his eyes a little bit. I don't know how long he was asleep. He probably didn't either. But now this is just my surmising this. But I'm wondering if maybe he smelled something kind of weird, and he kind of opened one eye to see what was going on, and here's a sheep looking at him right in the face. He thought, well, wait, where am I? I don't know where I'm at. And as he was trying to come to, he heard voices, and it sounded like voices quarreling, a lot of men and women quarreling or something. And he looked, and here were some girls over there by the pool, by the well, by the palm trees, and they were fighting off some men that had come, and the men wanted to water their sheep there, but the girls were there first, and they were trying to drive the girls out of there. Well, this made Moses mad because men shouldn't be beaten up on women. And so the Lord gave him extra strength. He did not yet know the Lord, but the Lord empowered him, gave him strength. And he beat up on those guys something fierce. He just gave them a what for. And he had what they call a staff, or today we use walkers. Anyway, he had a staff. He didn't use a walker through the desert because he was so tired. And he used the staff to walk with. A lot of them did. He took that staff and he started swinging it around and beating on the guys, socking them in the chin and giving them black eyes, and just beating them in the head, just doing a what for on them. And they got so beat up and afraid, they actually ran away, and they left the girls alone. And of course, the girls were there watching this stranger that just popped up out of nowhere, and they go, "Oh boy, what has he done for us? We love him." And they were just, it were 7 girls, and he found out they were all sisters, all the way down the line to the little one and to the older one. And they were out there watching their father's sheep while they were drinking at the well. And they said, these guys came and they just wanted to take over everything. And they just fell in love with Moses. And Moses was a little starry-eyed himself. He says, I'm going all this time through the desert with nothing around me, and I come to this oasis, and there's 7 pretty girls here? Wow, what a thing to wake up to. And they introduced themselves, and they said, thank you so much. Will you please come home and meet our father? And he thought, that ain't a bad idea. This is a great place. And the place was called Midian, and it was just like an oasis in the desert to him, it was. And so they brought him home to meet their dad. And I'm going to leave it off there today. Thanks. Bye-bye.